an elegant playmaker.
Yeah, I would say that you have to add the caveat as well that...
Yeah. Busquets is more of a... He's a little bit harder than Pirlo was.
Well, and also there's no team really plays with an out-and-out destroyer, as was the trend, sort of the first decade of this century.
The holding midfielder was...
There's no Claude Makelele anymore. Nigel de Jong's over the hill. This kind of guys are not... It's always... You have to be...
Hatchet man.
A bit tough, but your main role is you're the metronome.
You're a distributor now.
The metronome. I like metronome.
Like Javi Alonso. He's another good example of this player. Toni Kroos for Real Madrid would be another good example.
I prefer Alonso.
Me too.
Handsome.
But I'm just saying, that's an example of the kind of player. Toni Kroos is the pivot for Real Madrid. He's the guy that distributes passes.
Yeah, it's no... well, because Modric is injured, probably.
Yeah, right.
Modric is really good in that role, actually.
But they basically have two of them.
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
That seems like cheating.
Yeah. You can't have two Pirlos.
That's excessive, yeah.
Two Pirlos on one team?
Bit slow. Mm-hmm. Or we like pace in the middle. Get Frank Lampard in there.
Who would be another good example of that?
Well, I mean, I feel like...
Who would be an example in the Premier League of that position? Is there anybody like that?
Well, like a deep line guy with good distribution.
Good distribution.
Because I got distracted because I thought Fernando Redondo, and I've not quite got back from that yet. So
it's like you're...
I can't... Well, I would say, all right, here are Santi Cazorla for Arsenal, right? That's a good example, I think.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Sitting alongside either Coquelin or Xhaka or whoever they have in there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Joe Allen?
Well, they didn't.
Joe Allen's that type of player.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, Arsenal did not have Cazorla this weekend, and they drew 0-0. I don't think that's a coincidence necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, because when he receives the ball from the back, and he's very quick to turn and hit the pass.
Yep.
And it's accurate. So if he's 1 second quicker than the average midfielder there, that gives Ozil or Sanchez or whoever an extra second to do their stuff up top, which is kind of critical. So yeah, I would say he's a very good example of that. Do we have an original point? I'm just thinking of...
I was just thinking of Premier League players that fit the mold of this holding midfielder that the article was talking about.
Yeah.
John Joe Shelley, as you put it on Twitter.
John Joe Shelley? Championship Player of the Year. I'm not doing Twitter again. It's bullshit.
Championship Player of the Year. John Joe Shelley.
Girl name.
I can't think of... I don't know.
There's not many of them about, although there's probably one... I mean, maybe Gundogan if he's more established in there in the future. Or maybe Silva if they play him deeper, but... not really.
No.
Not really.
They don't really have one.
Jordan Henderson?
Well, that's the position he takes up. I don't know if that's necessarily the position that... I don't know if he necessarily distributes very, very well.
He'll get better.
Yeah.
Moussa Dembele? He's too languid.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tottenham's interesting because they have Dembele and they have Wanyama. And Wanyama is more of the hatchet man.
The chopper.
Yeah. Dembele is more refined, but he also seems to have a license from Pochettino to get forward more.
He just strolls forward. I like it.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I always enjoy watching a team, and you find it more when you watch like Europa League or Champions League between some of the mid-level Champions
lesser
League.
lights.
Yeah. The Dutch teams, for example, or somebody in Eastern Europe. When you watch their teams play in the Champions League or in the Europa League, you'll find that those teams are more likely to have that person than someone in the Premier League.
Or they're more inclined to sort of build the team to their strengths if he's in their best 2 or 3 players.
Right.
Which they often are.
You watch, like, if you follow 11 Tegan 11 on Twitter, which I absolutely recommend.
And frankly, who doesn't follow him?
I know, but you absolutely should. Because you get all of Europe's teams, and like if you ask him, can I see the pass map for this game? He will respond and say, yes, here it is.
You know what I want to ask him?
Which I love.
Can I come around to your house this weekend?
He's Dutch. I don't think. Can you find a plane ticket over there?
I'm European. I'll find a way. Let's get a boat.
But you see that, and most of the usually the biggest circle, which represents the person who touches the ball the most, and the thickest arrows, which represents the most lines, most distributing, is originated at that holding midfielder role. If you're looking at a team based in the continent.
Yeah.
So, but if you watch it like in the Premier League, it's usually
wider. Yeah.
It's all over the place. It could be from team to team. It's different, and it's usually never that unless it's Liverpool. Liverpool definitely has it. It's Henderson is the biggest dot.
It's the intensity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The intensity of the Premier League.
But anyway, I don't know. This article, it's on what is this website?
Oh,
sfhandbook.com. If you go on there, it's called "Being the Perfect Deep Lying Midfielder."
Did I not tweet it to you? I did tweet it to you. You can retweet it.
Already did.
But that did you?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got another follower today. I'm up to 3.5.
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was looking at the name. That was all.
Okay. But yeah, I think it's a good article, and it kind of shows if you and I'll bring it back to Swansea. One of the things that I feel we're lacking is that guy that keeps the play moving. We'll say it's Leon, but he can only do so much at his advanced age as far as playing career goes.
Or minutes in a
Which
match.
is why I suggested earlier. I suggested Fulton might be a good guy for this role.
Even if you're still going to phase Britain out, Fulton can do.
But play him alongside Britain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That might be a good learning curve for him. Britain and Fulton. Just like, Van der Horn and Mawson. Or something.
I'm just thinking about that partnership again. It's wonderful.
It's really great.
Baresi and Costa Curta. Mawson and Van der Horn.
the big four. Anyway, well, this has been the Football Farm. And
are we done? We touched on nothing.
52 minutes.
Even answer your chum's question.
Oh, right. Mark from work. Mark at work.
Yeah.
Mark at work.
Mm-hmm.
His last name is at work. He's also my friend at work.
Advok.
Mark Advok.
Yeah.
That's not his last name.
No.
But it's fine. Dogs are going crazy. That's why I was trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark asks, "Dear Football Farm."
Handwritten.
Yeah.
With a quill by candlelight.
Yeah. Dear Football Farm, do you think that this is Arsene Wenger's last year at Arsenal? Dave, your response.
No, because I don't think there's anyone available in the summer potentially that they want to hire.
Lucien Favre at Nice?
Would he be available though if they wanted the Champions League?
What do you mean?
Would he want to leave? Is what I'm saying.
Lucien Favre?
Yeah.
Favre?
Would he want to go?
It's Arsenal versus Nice. What's the more long-term success? They're ahead in League 1, but I don't know that they can sustain that success when you're looking at teams like Marseille, Lyon, and PSG.
Marseille.
Marseille and Lyon are both mid-table, but eventually you would expect the teams, because those are the bigger teams in France, to eventually get back to the top. Monaco, another one.
Well, I think the feeling was that it probably would be as last year, but I think it probably depends on how they do this season. I think you'll probably just decide.
Mm-hmm.
Does he want to do the England job? Why would you want to do that? That was the rumour. Maybe they might try and get him,
he's been in England long enough. He understands. He probably knows everybody at the FA. As far as the relationship with them goes, he knows all the players at his disposal in England because they all play in England. He knows all the. To me, it makes sense.
Yes, so the answer to Mark Everett's question is I don't know.
Great answer.
Yeah, thanks, man.
My answer will be yes, I think it is, because I think he's going to take the England job.
I would think. I think he's going to be done either way, probably. Most likely.
I think he'll be done, and I think he's going to go for the England job.
Yeah. AC Milan beat Juventus, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they're playing all the kids.
We got the kids back out.
Yeah.
Which is quite fun. I was at a soft spot for them because they were the first two European Cup finals I watched. They were both in.
Well, look at that team. Who was it? Was it Kaká? right? Am I right with this? Kaká played for them?
Well, he did, but I'm thinking 90s.
Oh. Who was that center half pairing?
Well, you had Sebastiano Rossi in goal. You had Maldini on the left, Baresi, Costa Curta in the middle, Tassotti on the right.
Oh.
What do you got? Donadoni in the right wing, Savicevic in there, Zvonimir Boban. Other guys
Boban. Boban was there?
Dimitri Albertini.
Boban from Croatia, Boban.
Yeah.
He was playing back then?
In the 90s, yeah. He joined them, I think, in 92.
How old is Boban? Because he was in the Euros this last year.
What?
Wasn't he?
No.
Am I thinking of someone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
If only he was. 45 years old. Still got it. Puts his fag down. And
Maybe it was like his brother. I thought Boban was playing for Croatia in the Euros this year.
No.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
A right back playing for Croatia.
What, Dario Serna?
Oh, I'm thinking of Serna.
Anyway, he's great too.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point about the Croatians. They were good.
Jeez, Boban and Serna's not even close.
Turns out Spanish league is more competitive than the English one, or as competitive. Sevilla right up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. I meant to write down what...
Sevilla, these days, apparently their play all goes through Nasri.
Jorge...
Sampaoli?
The thing is, Sampaoli, he had a quote, and I was going to write it down because it was so good. It was on the Spanish football podcast I listened to today. Shit, what did he say?
Can you tell us what it essentially was?
He said something along the lines of, he said, I'm trying to instill a culture or something like that. And basically, the whole point was he just wants to get after teams. I can't remember what it was, though. It was really nice. It was a good quote.
But that's how you should play. You should just attack the shit out of teams.
No one does, though.
No.
Or not really. I mean, a few people do.
But the thing about it is you need to, and the thing, I'll just take it back to Swansea again, because this is what it seems to have been lacking over the summer is the fitness of your team. To be able to play in that fashion where you are just attacking, even when you lose the ball, and you are just hounding teams to get the ball back, you have to be fit as fuck. Like, you have to be...
Yeah.
You cannot tire. Because if you tire at all, you're going to give up a goal.
Or clever, like Southampton were against Man City.
Sure.
Just wait your moment, and then actually, if Vincent Kompany's making his first start in a while...
But the way to Sampaoli's point, if this is what he meant, is that the way he plays is it's basically the way Bielsa plays. Is where you're just on them all the time. I think
his point was more that his game plan is always to attack the weaknesses of the opposition. It's not to worry about what's going on in the back.
Don't worry about what they do.
Yeah.
Worry about what we can control.
And that's kind of what they did. They beat Atletico Madrid at the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They went after them, and they won.
And the whole game went through Sami Nasri according to pass maps.
Am I gonna have to get on this? I have to get this Nasri bandwagon. Aren't I can get behind that.
I've already seen that, and the dot took up the whole of midfield. It was just like Sami Nasri.
It's a photograph from space. Chubby.
Planet Nasri.
Yeah, Guardiola did say he was fat. Oh. I can't believe he did that.
It's the Polish beer.
I was going to say, why are you unzipping a sleeping bag while we're trying to record a podcast? I was going to cover for you, but...
I was farting.
No holds barred.
Why would I?
Well, let's do this, must be an hour. Almost an hour. I like it. Let's go play FIFA.
Okay.
Let's push the full back, as long as we got two at the back.
We're going 2-4-1-3. Did I do that right?
That does add up to 10, so that's fine.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the numbers right.
Leeds United, quarterfinals of the Cup.
Are they really?
They beat Norwich in penalties.
Oh, they did, yes. Kudos to Gary Monk. We all hope he does well.
I do. 2 defeats in 8.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're on form. They're only 5 or 6 points for the playoffs now.
Yeah, they were stuck at 13th and 14th for the longest time, but now they've kind of climbed out of that.
Well, they were right rock bottom at the start.
Yeah. And he was apparently days away from the sack, and then Marcelino actually said, maybe we should keep a manager longer than 5 days. And now they turned it around. It'd be great if the Leeds got promoted with Gary Monk. It'd be terrific.
Let's not talk about it yet.
I know.
I'm starting to support them more now because York City are getting relegated to the conference again.